Good morning, kids. As I promised, we'll have a workout session outdoors. So I've just come to a park which is very close to my place, and do wear masks. At the moment, there's not even a single person in this park premises. That's why I'm taking off this mask. Otherwise, the best thing is if there are people around and they're not so close to you, what you can do is you can slightly lower this mask so that you can breathe properly, because when you do some running exercises, I'll advise you to slightly lower your mask so that you can get proper air, right? So I'm just taking off this mask as it's completely safe here. Okay, now as I told you, we'll do a circuit. So today's circuit, I'm keeping it very simple. We'll start off with some warming up exercises. I'll use these cones. What you can do is, at your home, if you don't have any equipment, a small cone, you can place 2 bottles also. So the starting position and the second point, from point A to point B, I'll be running. So I'll place these 2 cones so that I keep running the same distance. So let's get started with the warm up.
Let's start with a normal jog. We'll just go back and forth somewhere around 15 to 20 meters of distance. We'll take 4 rounds. Now we'll switch over to sideways movement. While we are doing this sideways running, we can also swing our arm. What this does is, at the same time, it also warms up our shoulders. Now let's move on to a crisscross running or scissor running, also famously known as. Make sure while you're doing this karaoke, scissor running or crisscross running, you also rotate your trunk. Then the movement becomes quite easy. Next exercise is running forwards and backwards. So as soon as I reach the 15 or 20 meters mark, I move backwards. Make sure you kick your heels up, otherwise you might trip backwards and hit your head. Time for some high knees. Now move around and some butt kicks or hamstring kicks. Touch your heels up to your hands, which are placed behind your back. Now rotate your arms forward and slight jog. And now rotate your arms backward and also jog backwards. Let's do some internal rotation of your hip joint and thighs. Now let's move backwards and do the opposites. So we are warming up our external rotators. Some trunk rotation. Just rotate your waist and loosen up. Let's warm up our wrist and ankle.
Okay, so this is our first exercise, 20 meter sprint. So as you can see, on my left side there's a blue cone on point A, and on my right side there's a fluorescent cone on point B. So I have kept them 20 meters apart, and the best way to measure this distance is on a park. You will not be having a measuring tape. You can take 20 long strides, 20 long steps. That's it. Okay, now why I'm starting with a 20 meter sprint. is because in Khelo India we have a 50-meter dash. So even if you see in Olympics, a lot of athletes, when they're doing their 100-meter heat, they always start with couple of 20 to 30 meter sprints. If you have seen on the TV, they start just to warm up by 20 to 30 meters. So that's the best way to get your body at that level, to really get your blood circulating fast and get your muscles up to that level, so that you can also do a longer sprint. Okay, now I'll just tell you how to sprint. So we'll start with a standing start position, and then we'll have to sprint. And immediately we should make sure that our arms are going side by side, like this, right? You should not cross your arms like this, because when you're doing a proper starting position and then you start, then you cross your arms just for a couple of seconds and then straighten up again, right? So the best way is just keep it straight, because it's a standing start position. So we'll start the first exercise. We'll have to do 10 high pace, high intensity sprints, and then jog back to the starting point. There's no rest. I don't want you to walk. If in between you get tired, extremely get tired, you can walk once in a while, but make sure you sprint and jog back. And then you'll just have 2 to 3 seconds to start again, right? So let's get started.
Now you've already seen 2 sprints. Now the remaining 8 sprints, I am speeding up the video to save time.
Our second exercise is sideways shuffle from one cone to another cone. You can keep a bottle, as I previously said, or any object, just to make sure you're running the same distance every time. So we'll do it for 20 seconds. You can ask your parents for help or keep a stopwatch with you. So I'll keep a stopwatch. I'll switch it on. I'll start the stopwatch for 20 seconds. Then I'll have 10 seconds of rest. And I'll do it 3 times. Right, let's go. 3, 2, 1, start. Okay, 10 seconds, relax.
Now, as you have already seen one sideways movement sprint, I am speeding up the rest of the 2.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, start. 3, 1, stop. Okay, so now let's do some shoulder touches, right? So let's do 20 shoulder touches. Previously I've gave you a lot of demo, so let's start the exercise, right? Come on, let's go. Position, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, let's move on to our next exercise, which is mountain climbers. So previously I have showed you a lot of times mountain climbers. So let's start doing it. So you're going to go to a straight hang plank position. Let's start. Let's do 20 mountain climbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So our next exercise is cone touches. So basically we'll be in a stationary straight hand plank position, and we'll keep alternatingly touching the cone or any object which you have kept in front. It can be a bottle or anything, right? So let's start 20 times. Position, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, Okay, you must be having some disturbances because there are a lot of cars and motorbikes going around, so please bear with that. So this is all about our today's workout. So let's move on to the cool down and stretching. Just do a gentle spot jog, or maybe even just move around a little bit. Use hands, right? Just loosen up your thighs, your calves, hands, right? Just leave your body absolutely relaxed and loose. Okay, so we start first with our calves. Completely extend your back foot. Make sure you're keeping your heels down and stretch. Stay there for 20 seconds at least. Count till 20. The other side. The other foot behind, and make sure your heels are touching down. That's how you'll get maximum stretch on your calves. Count to 20. Okay. Now your front thighs, the quadriceps, you'll have to balance, or you can take support, any structure which is close by. Make sure your heels are touching, pulling them up to your waist, and balance. The other side, again, make sure you're balancing. Hold it for 20 seconds. Big muscles, you should hold them for 20 to 30 seconds. These are really big muscles. Your glutes are the buttock muscles in your buttocks. Quadriceps, your hamstrings, they are big muscles, so you should hold them for at least 20 to 30 seconds. Okay, now your hams. Again, you position yourself absolutely straight. Now, go down and touch your toes. Feel that stretch around your back of the thighs. Okay, so now let's stretch our inner thighs and our abdominals and back. Widen your legs, completely balance, go down, try to touch your elbows if it's possible, or just take them as close to the ground possible. Stay there. And now try to touch the ground beneath your legs. You hold. Gently come back to this similar starting position. Now go backwards and we'll stretch, because we will now stretch our inner thighs and lower back. Now we'll stretch our abdominal, try to see the sky and balance. Stay there for 10 to 15 seconds and back to come. Okay, now stretch your shoulders. Now this, if you have seen my previous videos and followed them properly, this is exactly the same routine. Yes, while you're stretching your forearms, you can also stretch your neck up, and while you're stretching your forearms the other side, then you can stretch your neck down. Okay, I hope you liked today's session. So now from now onwards, I'll try my best. If the weather is okay, it's not raining, I'll conduct similar outdoor sessions. Okay, have a nice day.